Okay. So I done 60 times 0.15. I got the 0.15 by 15 divided by 100, and that got 9. And then I done 60 subtracted by 9, and I got 51, and I done 51 times 0.08, and then I got 4.08, and that's what I got. That's the answer.
4.08. Okay, awesome. Alex, tell us, do you agree or disagree? Okay, how come?
When you multiply 0.15 to 60, and then you do 60 minus 9, and then if your tax is supposed to tax that together, then it's just that.
So you're saying he needs to add that 408?
Yeah.
Hey, which one does he add it to, the 60 or the 51? The 51, yeah, so you need to do 51 plus 4.08. So let's go ahead and do that.
I mean, if it wasn't $64.80, I'd be happy. That's pretty good discount.
Okay, so now he has 51 plus 4.08. Because you add the taxes. What's 51 plus 4.08, Alex?
55.08.
55.08. So the final price is $55.08. Does everyone else agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, awesome. What questions do you have for us on the bell ringer? All right, yes.
Wait, what was the
I missed
answer?
yesterday's
55.08.
That's still.
Were you absent yesterday?
Yeah.
Right, absent.
Okay.
All right, make sure your name's on the bell ringer. Pass it to the front row, pass it to the right. Then I need you to get out your project. And I need you to bring your, if you need a stapler, there's a stapler on the bookshelf. And then I need you to bring your project and put it on my podium. So, after you pass up your bell ringer, get your project out, and then bring your project and put it on my podium. They all need to be facing the same way. Hey, you can leave it back there. Where it was at. Yes, sir.
Am I able to finish it? I'm not finished it yet.
You get extra time.
Well, if you would have worked on it before.
I did work on it.
No, you didn't.
I was not.
No.
Cat. You're the first
That's
one.
like a character. Alright, so you can done it for you.
You a snitch.
I got bad throat shot.
You're loud.
Yeah, and you're a gun smacker.
Alright, hey guys, we need to stop with the name calling. The only thing you should be doing right now is either passing back the notes
Oh, yeah.
or turning in your project.
19.
I just got that down a little bit.
There's a staple on the bookshelf. Alright, those of you joining us on Google Meet or watching the video, you will take notes on paper, so you'll just write the problems down and work them out.
I can't see.
He broke his glasses.
Just try your best, and when you get glasses, you can rewatch the video too.
You want me to just like show them the notes and write it down?
Did I break it?
No, I broke it in,
Playing basketball.
When I got-
Leave it on.
I fell asleep and I heard wrong.
I'm not no bitch.
Alright, if I can have your attention, please. We are starting chapter 8 today. Our first section is section 8.1, Notes Exponents. 8.1 notes exponents. We have discussed exponents before. We are going to be working with exponents again in this chapter, but we're going to go into a little more detail than what we did at the beginning of the year.
Our exponents like a little number.
Alright, just a second. There will be designated times for questions, so I will not answer questions unless it's during the time where I say, okay, what questions do you have for me? Any questions you may have, if it's not time to ask, you can write your questions down somewhere on your paper, or you can have out a piece of notebook paper to write your questions down. And then whenever it's time to ask questions, I'll see if anyone has any questions, and then you can raise your hand. Okay? Not accepting questions right now. And then if I don't get to your questions, you're more than welcome to come see me either after class or in tutoring. Alright, so first thing, you're going to work with your partner and you're going to complete the table. A power, it has -3 to the 1 power. That just means you just have one -3, and the value of that is -3. -3 to the 2nd power means -3. Pay attention, please. You should be looking at the board. -3 to the 2nd means -3 times -3. You multiply, 2 of them together. And -3 times -3 is +9. So you're going to work with your partner, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and you are going to complete this table. So first thing you're going to do is fill out the repeated multiplication form, and then you're going to find the value. Okay. Now remember, your partner is the person sitting next to you. Michelle, can I get you to come sit at number 7, and you and Ashton will be partners today?
Or you can
Alright.
switch her needs.
Go ahead, turn your desk to face each other.
Whoever on camera started.
Work with your partner to complete the table.
So, you're smart, right? I think pretty sure.
Alright, the first one you had to do on your own was -3 to the 3rd power. Number 10, tell us, what did you get for -3 to the 3rd power?
-27.
You got -27. Number 5, did you and your partner get that same answer?
Yes.
Hey, yeah, very good. So you should have gotten -27. The next one was -3 to the 4th power. Number 8, what did you and your partner get for that?
So you said 3 to the 4th time?
-3 to the 4th power.
81.
81. Number 1, do you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So -3 to the 3rd power is -27, but -3 to the 4th power is 81. How come you think that is?
2 negatives.
Brooklyn?
2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah, 2 negatives make a positive. And on -3 to the 3rd power, you get 2 negatives, and you have an extra negative out there. That makes it negative. Perfect. All right, then -3 to the 5th power, number 20. Oh, let's do Michelle. What did you and your partner get for -3 to the 5th power? I'm sorry, say that a little bit louder. I can't hear you. -243. Number 9, do you and your partner agree with that? Yeah, very good. So -243. Number 6, what did you and your partner get for negative 3 to the 6th power? 729. Number 3, do you and your partner agree with that? 729.
Yes.
Awesome. And number 12, what did you and your partner get for negative 3 to the 7th power? Okay, well just type in your calculator. Negative 3 to the 7th power.
Can you just answer it? Just type it in over and over again. You can go negative 3 and up and
Put it for negative 3, press a little thing that looks like the little.
arrow, and then you
Yeah.
type in. Hope y'all know y'all aren't helping anything.
Here, I got
Alright, she has to.
it.
You're going to do negative 3 times itself 7 times. Okay, so you're going to type negative 3 in 7 times. Alright, what'd you get?
Negative 287.
Negative 2,187. Number 1, do you and your partner agree with that answer?
Yep.
Alright, perfect. Also, something else you could have done, right here, each of these went up by a power.
Yeah.
So here you could have just multiplied by negative 3 each time. So negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9, times negative 3 is negative 27, times negative 3 is positive 81,
Well, it wouldn't matter.
times negative 3 is negative 243, and then you just keep going on the table.
Either way, you still gotta write it out, so like.
Alright, what questions do you have for us on evaluating powers?
Why you gotta make my hand cramp?
Have a question.
Yeah. That's so much writing, so many dots.
But what questions do you have on evaluating powers? Alright, let's move on. Good job on completing the table.
Thank you.
Alright, a power. Notice you need to fill in the blank. If you're watching this on video, you will just write this on your paper. A power is a product of repeated factors. Product means to multiply. So you multiply repeated factors. Factors are the numbers you multiply by. Okay, so for instance, you'll see down there below the definitions, I have an example of a power. It's 1/2 to the power of 5. 1/2 to the power of 5. This entire thing is a power. Okay, so label that as a power. The entire thing is a power. 1/2 to the 5th power, to the power of 5. The whole thing's a power. What this means is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2.
Let me guess, 1/2.
Okay, so it's 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. Remember, no outbursts. If you have a question, raise your hand, but end up will only be during designated times. All right, the next thing is a base. A base is the repeated factor of a power. The base is the repeated factor of a power. Okay. So in our example, the base is 1/2. That's the one that gets repeated. 1/2 is the base. So you're going to want to label the 1/2 as a base. So down there at your example at the bottom, you should be working it out as I go. You should have it written out what it equals. Then you should have the whole thing labeled as the power, and then you should have 1/2 labeled as the base. The base is the part that gets multiplied. It's the factor. Okay? And then the next thing is the exponent. The exponent indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. It indicates the number of times the base is used as a factor. Alright, so for instance, in our example, 5 is our exponent. It tells us to multiply 1/2 by itself 5 times. So the exponent is the number at the top. It tells us how many times to multiply the base by itself. Okay? So now, if you were to multiply 1/2 by itself 5 times, all you would have to do is go across and multiply the top numbers. So you would do 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1. And then you would need to go through and multiply the denominators. 2 times 2 is 4, times another 2 is 8, times another 2 is 16, times another 2 is 32. So 1/2 to the 5th power would be 1/32.
I agree.
All right, what questions do you have over the parts of a power?
Isn't it also equal 2.5?
No, we're multiplying, not adding.
I can't really see that.
1/32. Okay. All right, let's move on. Writing expressions using exponents. It says write each product using exponents. And it has -7 times -7 times -7. You're multiplying -7 by itself 3 times. So to write that as a power using an exponent, you would put -7 in parentheses and then make it to the 3rd power. Okay? It's very important that you put -7 in parentheses and then put the 3 on the outside of the exponent. Okay? Because it would mean something entirely different if you just wrote -7 to the 3rd power. All right, let's do another example. Pi times pi times r times r times r. So this has 2 different things in it. It has pi and it has r. So you're going to have to do an exponent with pi and an exponent with r. Daniel, how many times is pi being multiplied by itself?
2 times.
2 times. So that means you would write pi to the power of 2 times, Alex, how many times is r?
3 times.
3 times. So then you would do r to the 3rd. So it's pi squared times r to the 3rd. You would not have to put a time symbol between a number and a variable. You don't have to do that. So you can just write them right beside each other. Pi squared times r to the 3rd.
Yeah, but how you gonna know?
All right, let's do one more example. Write each product using exponents. 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times x times x. All right, Chase, tell me, what do you think this would look like written using exponents? I'm sorry, you said 0.3 to the what power? 0.3 to the 4th power? Okay, keep going. Gavin, do you agree with that?
I do.
Yeah, very good. So it's 0.3 to the 4th power times x squared. Now, would I be able to find out what 0.3 to the 4th power is?
Yeah, you times it.
Alright, so go in and times. Do 0.3 times itself 4 times and tell me what you get.
Okay.
Alright, Payson, what'd you get?
Yeah, we go right here on that side. Whack.
This on, no,
Read it out to me.
6.5, 6.1.
6.5 what?
6.1.
6.1. And then x squared.
I got something way different.
Alright, Skylar, is that the same thing you got?
No,
Okay, what did you get?
0.0081.
0.0081.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Good.
Mute your mic, please.
Someone eating an apple.
Alright, so Skylar, is that what you got? 0.0081 x squared? Alright, Trenton, who do you agree with?
What?
Okay, whenever y'all did the 0.3, did y'all push plus or did y'all push times?
Fine.
Okay, let's make sure. Let's everybody do that again. Do 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3.
My calculator keep going on.
I got the exact
This.
answer.
What answer did you get?
There's 6.5, 6.1.
No, you're not typing in what I told you to type in. Type in 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3 times 0.3. There you go.
Well, why did you put the 0.34 times 2? Okay,
Why can't you do what?
I said, well then what is the 0?
No, this doesn't mean times 2. This means x squared. That means x squared. That is not a multiplication symbol. Once you get to algebra, we no longer use an x as a multiplication symbol because x represents the variable x. It's not mean times anymore.
I still use
It's a
that.
letter.
You gotta use a dot for multiplication.
Alright, what questions do you have over writing products using exponents?
Why is it so?
Just don't say it.
Me? It's not that it's hard, it's just too much writing.
Alright, let's move on.
Wait, Miss Goodman, I'm trying to erase all my x's that I've used at times.
It says evaluate each expression. And it's -2 to the 4th power. Now notice the -2 is in parentheses. That means you do -2 times itself 4 times. Okay, so this would be -2, Ethan.
Yeah.
Pay attention. -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. So type that in your calculator. -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. Michelle, what'd you get? I'll say that again. -16.
Yeah, that's what
All right, Ethan, what did you get? Okay, let's try it again. Make sure you type in -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. You're doing it 5 times. You only do it 4 times.
It's positive 16.
Times -2. Times -2. Times
Are you ever
-2.
doing that?
Keep it up.
Positive 16. Alright, so that should actually be positive 16. Remember, 2 negatives make a positive. So these two negatives make a positive, and these two negatives make a positive. So that should be positive 16, not negative 16. Alright, let's do another one. Negative 2 to the 4th power. Now, what's the difference with this one?
There's no, whatever that thing is.
Don't call out your answer, I'll call on someone. Ethan, what's the difference with this one?
You don't have the.
It doesn't have the parentheses. Yeah, the 2 is in parentheses. So, am I going to do negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2?
Nope.
Or will I do negative 2 times 2 times 2 times 2?
Yeah.
Ian, which one do you think?
I think the second one's up pretty nice.
The second one?
I think you just confused me.
Alright. So here's the difference here. Remember order of operations? Do you do exponent first or subtraction first?
Exponent.
You do the exponent first. So you do 2 to the 4th power first, then you do the negative. Previously, the negative 2 was inside parentheses, and so we did what was inside parentheses first, then we did exponents. Remember PEMDAS, do what's in parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. So this one would actually be negative 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Type that in your calculator, don't call out the answer. Trenton, what'd you get? Do it again. It's negative 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
I know it.
Okay. Do you know where the negative sign is?
Yeah, I got the exact same answer she did, 9.
Negative. No. Look what I have written on the board. It's not negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. It's negative 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
I did too, I got negative 7.
Please stop. That's really freaking annoying.
Now press enter. There you go. It should be negative 16, not positive 16. Because you would do the multiplication first, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is 16, and then apply the negative. There's only one negative rather than 4. Okay? Now type it in does everyone know how to use the caret on their calculator?
Yes.
Okay. Let me show you on your calculator how to use the caret symbol.
Yeah.
Why do they call it carrot, but it's not a carrot shape?
Bird. I hate yours. Yours
Weird, man.
Some carrots with some
He literally just put it out his ear for his finger.
I was itching.
some carrots and some ranch.
Alright, let's have a seat. There's no reason to be out of your seat. Alright, if I can have your attention, please. Turn around, face the front. Okay, so the first one was negative 2 in parentheses to the 4th power. So if you do parentheses and then type negative 2 close parentheses, the caret symbol is this button right here above the division symbol. Press that button and it'll give you an exponent, and then you type in 4 and then enter. Notice I got positive 16.
Your stuff froze.
Yeah, it'll unfreeze in a moment. All right, now do it without the parentheses. Do negative 2 to the power of 4. Notice that time you got negative 16 rather than positive 16. This means negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 16. This one means negative 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is negative 16. So make sure you pay attention to whether or not it's in parentheses or not, because it can make a big difference in your answer. It can mean either you have $16 in the bank or you're negative $16 and then you're going to get an overdraft fee. Okay, moving on. Let's try another example. 12 to the second power. 12 to the second power. Amber, tell me how to find that answer. What do I do? I'm sorry? So what do I do? And what do you get when you do 12 by 12? You got 144. Ashton, do you agree with that answer?
I reckon.
Okay, perfect. Let's do another one. Negative 5 to the third power. Negative 5 to the third power. Ashton, tell me how to do this one.
So, first, right? You do negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. No, you do negative 5 times. Shut up. You do negative 5 times 5 times 5. Yeah.
So that one there?
Yep.
Okay, what'd you get as your answer?
There's only 3. We get 5 up.
Oh crap, I did 4.
125 or negative 125. You heard me.
Haley, do you agree with that answer? Yeah, perfect. So it's negative 5 times 5 times 5. And good job on catching your mistake.
No problem.
All right, let's do another one. Negative 3 to the fifth power. Haley, what am I going to do here to solve this one? I'm going to do negative 3 times. Negative 3 3 times?
Yes, ma'am. 5 times.
Why is it 5 and not 3 times?
Because there's a 5 there.
Yeah, because there's a 5. All right, Haley, type that in your calculator and tell me what you get. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3.
Hey, I bet you the next one's negative 3.
Negative 243. Alexa,
I
do you
just
agree
say
with that?
3, man.
Can't say that 5 times that.
What's your
Negative
name?
3, negative 3, negative
Yeah, I
3,
agree with it.
Yeah, perfect. All right. What questions do you have for me on evaluating expressions?
I bet you can't say that 5 times fast.
What questions do you have for me?
That is a question.
Okay, let's move on. Seems like we're doing pretty good. What about this one? It says evaluate the expression negative 1/6 to the third power. Alexis, what am I going to do here?
Why you gotta give me the hard one for? Anyways,
I can do it.
so what you're gonna do is you're gonna do, you're gonna keep the little thingies around it. You're gonna put negative 1/6 times negative 1/6 times negative 1/6, and you're gonna get your answer.
Oh, wheels? Okay.
Now,
I bet I will.
but what if my calculator doesn't do fractions? What can I do?
Then you just gotta look, cause I don't know.
How do you multiply fractions, Michelle? So yeah, so you do 1 times 1 times 1. What's 1 times 1 times 1?
3.
1. Dude,
All right, Michelle, then what do you do? 6 times 6 times 6. Type that in your calculator. 6 times 6 times 6 and tell me what you get.
or did you just did 6 times 3? And that's the difference.
Gavin? 216. Now there's a negative. Is it going to be positive or negative?
It's negative.
Why?
It ain't even number. 2, 4, 6, and 8 is evens.
Oh my. You heard.
It's
buddy.
even.
You heard.
Brooklyn, you agree with that answer?
I agree with it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You heard. That's the 3s. You heard.
All right. Now we're going to include what we were doing with PEMDAS.
What?
PEMDAS.
This is easy.
Remember with PEMDAS, it's parentheses,
Like say.
then exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right.
She knows
So-
it.
Turn around, please. 3 plus 2 times 3 to the 4th. Daniel, what part would I do first?
3 over 4.
3 over 4 or 3 to the 4th?
3 to the 4.
Yeah, you would do 3 to the 4th first. So you have to show each of these steps. Okay, so type in your calculator 3 to the power of 4, and Alex, tell me what you get. 81. Chase, is that the same thing you got? Perfect. Now you bring down everything else just like it is. So you bring down the 3, the plus, the 2, and the times. 3 to the 4th is 81. Now, you got 3 plus 2 times 81. Gavin, what do I do next?
You would add the 3 plus 2.
We did exponents. What comes after exponents?
Oh. Multiplication.
Multiplication and division. So what would you do first?
You would multiply the 2 times 81.
Yeah, and multiply 2 times 81. Ethan, what's 2 times 81?
160.
You said 162?
Yes, ma'am.
Payson, you agree with that?
Yep.
Okay, now we have 3 plus 162. Parker, what's 3 plus 162?
What?
Really?
Just
Skylar, you agree with that?
Oh man,
Why not?
it's 164.
Try that again. 162 plus 3.
Man, I don't agree with that. That's
What's 2 plus 3?
3 plus 5.
Perfect.
now add a 60.
Okay. What questions do you have for me?
Nothing.
Is the rest of this homework?
I need you to put your notes inside your folder. You don't have to put them in the prompts because we're not finished yet. We will finish on Monday. And then I need you to pass your folders to the front.
What if they pass them backwards?
Which way you going?
Yeah, that didn't work, did it?